guy come to me recently and said, I can't get a better job because I'm really depressed. I said, no, you're depressed because you haven't got a better job. It's the other way around. Of course you're depressed. Your life is shit. What do you want me to say to you? Your life is terrible. You have no girlfriend and you're broke. And you're fat. What do you want me to say? Your life is bad. If you have a bad life, you're going to be an unhappy person. I said, if you were me, you'd be happy. You know, so this is what it is. So you need to have your own little empire you're in charge of. And if you can find that, whatever that is, then you're usually going to be happy. I don't buy into this crap that, you know, people who have everything right in their life are still depressed. Well, I can tell you from my personal experience, I'm fine. And the only time I was ever pissed off or sad in my life is when I was broke. And now I'm rich and I'm fine. So don't buy into that lie, because it's a lie.
Picture this. You're at a crossroads, feeling down and out, believing life's dealt you a bad hand. Then comes a voice, Andrew Tate's, challenging your perspective and offering a provocative way out. This might be the moment you discover the key to breaking free from the chains that bind you. Andrew Tate doesn't hold back in his analysis of happiness and competition in life. He suggests that men shouldn't be preoccupied with their happiness, but rather focus on competing and succeeding in a highly competitive world. Let's dive into his unfiltered perspective and explore what this means for our own lives.
I don't think that men should ever consider how happy they are. I think that for a man, the paradigm of analyzing yourself based on your mood is an incorrect way to approach life. I don't think it makes you competitive. I just don't think it makes you competitive. I feel like as a man, life is ultra competitive and you're constantly competing against other men, whether you realize it or not. The girl you want, other men want. If you get her, it's a competition. The dollar you want, other men want. If you get it, it's a competition. The status you want, other men want. If you get it, you won the competition. Man, life as a man is hyper competitive, and you need to build a mindset that allows you to compete at the highest echelons and the highest levels. And in my experience, the people who compete at the highest levels are not people who have any concern or care for how they feel on the day. You are a man with duties, you're a man with responsibilities, you must perform, you have things you must do, and you must do them regardless of how you feel. Whether you feel happy or you feel sad, you must still train. So considering it's not going to affect your actions, why even take it into consideration at all? Why does it matter? I don't look at myself and go, how do I be happy? I look at myself and go, how do I succeed and do everything I want to do and become competent and be successful? That's what I'm worried about, achieving my goals daily. Happiness is a byproduct. It's a side piece. But if you're going to wake up and go, I want to be happy, well, yeah, to a degree it's feminine. It's also very childish because only women and children are so obsessed with happiness. But it doesn't make you competitive. Because if you're concerned with being happy, that means you're only going to perform when you feel like it. That means you can't outcompete the men who perform every day regardless. And that's why, as a man, you need to be building a mindset that makes you as competitive as possible. And I think that considering happiness as a concept, as an ideal, as an idea in and of itself is a bad idea. I think it's a mistake. So it doesn't even cross my mind if I'm happy. Doesn't even cross my mind.
How does Tate's view of happiness as a secondary concern challenge traditional notions of success and fulfillment? In what ways does prioritizing competition over personal happiness impact a man's life and decisions? Can true success be achieved without considering personal happiness? Or is it an essential part of the journey? Next, Tate discusses the concept of living as if you're always being watched by those you respect. He emphasizes the importance of legacy, duty, and striving for excellence in all aspects of life. It's a call to live a life worthy of the sacrifices made by those who came before us.
I feel like you should just always act like you're being watched by people you really respect and love. And it doesn't matter if it's in the gym, they're watching you to see how hard you train, or in that job interview, they're watching you to see how you perform, see how confident you can be, watch you put your suit on, make sure your tie's straight. I feel like you need to have a sense of duty to people who existed before you or who have given up their lives so you exist. And you need to try very hard to make sure your last name means something important. So the best advice I can give is just keep in mind there's a whole bunch of people who love you, who are looking out for you, who really care about you, and who have done a lot for you to exist as a person. And you owe them a lot of things, and you owe them your absolute best in all realms. You owe them to try your hardest and to not disappoint them. And you don't get the luxury of just existing and sitting around playing video games and being happy, being sad, eating food, whatever, all of that's by the by. You have a big debt to pay to your family, to your ancestors, to God, and you have to try very hard. And keep that in mind and let that motivate you to be your best self. And I think that's the best advice.
How does living as if you're constantly observed by loved ones influence your actions and decisions? What role does legacy and honoring one's ancestors play in shaping a person's character and life choices? Is it realistic to maintain high standards in all aspects of life? Or is there a need for balance between duty and personal desires? Andrew Tate's words are more than just opinions. They're a catalyst for debate and introspection. Whether you agree or disagree, his views force us to examine our paths and ambitions. So, what's your take on success, competition, and the pursuit of happiness? Share your thoughts in the comments, join the conversation, and let's foster a community of critical thinking and growth. Don't forget to subscribe for more thought-provoking content as we adapt and evolve in this ever-changing world. Remember, your ability to adapt is your greatest asset.